A short disclaimer. There's one statement you can make to any woman that will instantly command her respect. Not manipulation, not some pickup artist technique, but a genuine expression of your boundaries that fundamentally changes how she sees you. Most men are terrified to say it because they think it'll push her away. But here's what the ancient Stoics understood. The statement that risks losing her respect temporarily is the same statement that earns it permanently. I'm going to give you this exact statement, break down why it's so powerful, and show you when and how to use it. But I'm warning you, once you say it, everything changes. She'll either step up and treat you the way you deserve, or she'll reveal that she was never worthy of your time in the first place. Either way, you win. Let's get into it. Before I give you the statement, you need to understand something critical about respect and attraction. Women don't respect men who need their approval. They respect men who have standards and enforce them. And respect isn't just important. It's the foundation of attraction. A woman can't be attracted to a man she doesn't respect. It's biologically impossible. You've probably experienced this yourself. You've been a nice guy who did everything right. You were available, supportive, understanding, and accommodating. And somehow, the more you tried, the less she respected you. The more you gave, the less she valued it. That's because you never set the boundary. You never made the statement that says, I have standard for how I'm treated, and I enforce them. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in Rome, wrote, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. But before revenge, there's something more important. Prevention. You prevent being disrespected by making one thing crystal clear from the beginning. You're not like the other men she's dealt with. You don't tolerate disrespect. You don't negotiate your worth. And that clarity comes from one powerful statement. Point 1, the statement. All right, here it is. The statement that changes everything. I don't accept being treated like an option. That's it. 8 words. Simple, direct, powerful. Now, before you think that's too simple or I could have figured that out myself, let me break down why the statement is so devastatingly effective and why most men will never have the courage to say it. First, it's a boundary, not a demand. You're not saying treat me better or stop doing XYZ. Those are demands that put her in control. She can choose to comply or not. This statement is different. It's not about her behavior. It's about your standard. It's a declaration of who you are and what you accept. The subtle difference is everything. Second, it puts the power back in your hands. When you say, I don't accept being treated like an option, you're not asking for permission or negotiating. You're stating a fact about yourself. She can either meet your standard or not. But the choice is now hers to make, and the consequence is clear. If she treats you like an option, you're gone. Third, it forces immediate clarity. No more mixed signals. No more confusion. No more what are we? This statement cuts through all the ambiguity and forces both of you to be honest about what's happening. Fourth, it demonstrates self-respect. The Stoics believe that the foundation of all virtue is self-respect. Seneca wrote, treat yourself as you would treat someone you love. When you make the statement, you're showing her and yourself that you love yourself enough to have standards. And women are biologically programmed to be attracted to men who respect themselves. Point 2, why it works, psychology. Let me explain the psychology behind why this statement is so powerful. Reason number 1, it triggers scarcity. For weeks or months, you've probably been acting abundant. Always available, always responsive, always accommodating. Abundant things have no value. It's basic economics. But the moment you say, I don't accept being treated like an option, you become scarce. You're signaling that your time, attention, and presence aren't guaranteed. And scarcity creates value. She realizes, wait, I could actually lose him. He's not going to just sit here and accept whatever I give him. That realization changes everything. Reason number 2, it demonstrates outcome independence. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, taught, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. When you make this statement, you're demonstrating that you're not attached to any particular outcome with her. You'd rather be alone with your dignity than in a relationship where you're disrespected. that freedom is magnetic. Women are attracted to men who don't need them, and this statement proves you don't. Reason number 3. It reveals your understanding of female psychology. Here's something most men don't understand. Women test men constantly. Not consciously, not maliciously, but instinctively. They test to see, do you have a backbone? Will you enforce your boundaries? Are you as strong as you appear? Can I respect you long term? When you make this statement, you're not just passing one test. You're demonstrating that you understand the game completely and you're not playing. You're saying, I know what you're doing and I'm not going to dance around it. Either you're serious about me or you're not. Choose. That level of clarity and confidence is rare, and it's incredibly attractive. Reason number 4. It separates you from 95% of men. Most men will never say this. They're too afraid of losing her, too afraid of rocking the boat, too afraid of seeming controlling or demanding, so they accept breadcrumbs. They tolerate mixed signals. They become options. When you refuse to be an option, you instantly differentiate yourself from every other guy she's dealing with. You become the exception, the one who got away, the one she couldn't manipulate or control. Reason number 5, it forces her to self-evaluate. Here's what happens in her mind when you say this. Wait, am I treating him like an option? I guess I've been keeping him at arm's length while I figure out what I want. I've been seeing other people. I've been hot and cold, and he's calling me on it. This forces self-awareness, and that self-awareness leads to one of two outcomes. Either she realizes you're right, and she steps up, or she realizes she's not ready to be serious, and she backs off. Both outcomes are good for you. Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. This statement is you being a good man, a man with standards, self-respect, and the courage to enforce them. Point 3, when to say it. Now that you have the statement, you need to know when to use it. Timing is everything. Situation number 1, when she's hot and cold. 1 week she's affectionate, responsive, making plans. The next week she's distant, short texts, always busy. This is the classic treating you like an option behavior. Don't wait for the 3rd or 4th cycle of this. The second time it happens, you address it. Hey, can I be honest with you about something? I've noticed you're hot and cold, and I want to be clear. I don't accept being treated like an option. If you're interested in building something real, I'm here. If you're not sure or you're keeping your options open, that's fine, but I'm not going to stick around for that. Then stop talking. Let her respond. Situation number 2, when she's keeping you in the maybe zone. You've been seeing each other for weeks or months, but there's no clarity about what this is. She won't define it, won't commit, keeps things ambiguous. You address it directly. I need to be straight with you. I'm looking for something real with someone who's sure about me. I don't accept being treated like an option while you figure out what you want. So where's your head at with this? Again, stop talking. Make her answer. Situation number 3, when she disrespects your time. She cancels plans last minute, shows up late consistently, keeps you waiting while she texts other people. You don't accept it. I need to say something. My time is valuable, and I don't accept being treated like it's not. If we make plans, I need you to respect them. If that's not something you can do, no hard feelings, but this isn't going to work. Situation number 4, when she's clearly dating multiple people and keeping you as backup. You find out or strongly suspect she's seeing other guys while stringing you along. You make it clear, I want to be honest with you. I'm not interested in competing for your attention or being one of several options. I don't accept being treated like that. If you're serious about exploring something with me, I'm here. If not, I wish you well. The key principle: don't say this out of anger, resentment, or as a manipulation tactic. Say it calmly, from a place of self-respect and genuine boundary setting. The Stoics taught that virtue comes from acting with reason, not emotion. You're not punishing her. You're not trying to manipulate her into wanting you more. You're simply stating a fact about yourself. This is who I am, this is what I accept, and this is what I don't. Important, you must be willing to walk away. If you say this but then accept the same behavior continuing, you destroyed all your credibility. This statement only works if you mean it. If you're genuinely prepared to walk away if she doesn't step up, bluffing will backfire spectacularly. Point 4. How she'll respond. Let me prepare you for the different ways she might respond, because her reaction will tell you everything you need to know. Response number 1. She respects it and steps up. You're right. I have been treating you like an option. I'm sorry. I want to be clear about this. I'm interested in you, and I want to see where this goes. This is the best case scenario. She acknowledges her behavior, takes accountability, and commits to changing. Your response. I appreciate that. Let's start fresh and see how this goes. Then you actually give her the chance to prove it, but you stay vigilant. If the same patterns resume, you follow through on your boundary. Response number 2, she gets defensive or tries to flip it. Wow, that's pretty aggressive. I didn't realize you were so insecure. I've been busy, I have a life. You're being really demanding right now. This is manipulation. She's trying to make you feel guilty for having standards. Your response. I'm not being demanding. I'm being clear about what I accept. If that feels aggressive to you, we're probably not compatible. Then you walk away. Any woman who responds to your boundary with guilt-tripping or manipulation is showing you exactly who she is. Response number 3. She plays the victim. I can't believe you're saying this. I thought you understood me. You're being really harsh. I've been going through stuff. This is another manipulation tactic. She wants you to feel bad for having a boundary, so you'll back down. Your response. I understand you're going through stuff, and I'm sympathetic to that. But that doesn't change my standard. I'm not interested in being treated like an option, regardless of the circumstances. Response number 4. She needs time to think. I hear you. I need some time to think about this. This is actually a reasonable response if she's being genuine. Your response. That's fair. Take the time you need. But I'm not going to wait around indefinitely. Let me know where you land. Then give her 3 to 5 days maximum. If she hasn't reached out with a clear answer by then, you have your answer. She's not serious. Response number 5. She ends it. I don't think I'm ready for something serious right now. I think we should go our separate ways. This might hurt in the moment, but it's actually a gift. She just saved you weeks or months of being strung along. She gave you clarity. She freed you to find someone who is ready and willing to treat you right. Your response. I respect that. I wish you well. Then you actually walk away. No friendship. No checking in. No breadcrumbs. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Her rejection becomes your redirection towards something better. Point 5. What happens after? Here's what most men don't realize. The real power of this statement isn't in changing her behavior. It's in changing you. When you make this statement and mean it, something shifts inside you. You realize you're no longer living in fear of losing her. You're no longer negotiating your worth. You're no longer tolerating disrespect to keep someone around. You're free, and that freedom is visible. It changes your energy, your posture, your entire presence. The Stoics call this apatheia, not the absence of emotion, but freedom from being controlled by it. You still care about her, but you don't need her validation to feel okay about yourself. And ironically, that's when you become most attractive. If she stays and steps up, you've established a foundation for a healthy relationship built on mutual respect. She knows where your boundaries are, and she's chosen to respect them. If she leaves or doesn't change, you've saved yourself months or years of frustration, mixed signals, and emotional exhaustion. You're now free to find someone who actually values you. Both outcomes are wins. The broader lesson. This isn't just about one statement with one woman. This is about fundamentally changing how you show up in all your relationships. When you refuse to be treated like an option in dating, you stop accepting it in friendships, in business, in family dynamics. You become a man who knows his worth and expects others to recognize it. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Most men imagine that setting boundaries will cost them relationships. In reality, it costs them bad relationships and attracts good ones. Point 6. Variations of the statement. The core statement is, I don't accept being treated like an option. But here are powerful variations for specific situations. When she's playing games. I'm too old for games. Either you're interested in something real or you're not, but I won't be strung along. When she's disrespecting your time. I value my time, and I need to be with someone who values it too. If that's not you, no hard feelings. When she won't define the relationship. I don't do ambiguous. I'm either building something with someone who's sure about me, or I'm moving on. When she's keeping you as backup. I'm not interested in being someone's backup plan. I deserve to be someone's first choice, and I'm not settling for less. When she's breadcrumbing. I need consistency, not breadcrumbs. If you can't give me that, I understand, but I'm not sticking around for this. All of these statements share the same core principle. You're not negotiating. You're stating your standard and allowing her to choose whether she meets it. So here's what you do after watching this video. If you're currently in a situation where you're being treated like an option, hot and cold behavior, mixed signals, disrespect, ambiguity, you address it this week. You use this statement or a variation of it, calmly, directly, with genuine self-respect. Then you watch what happens. She'll either step up and show you she's worthy of your time, or she'll reveal that she never was. And both outcomes move your life forward. Remember what Marcus Aurelius taught. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find strength. You can't control whether she respects you, but you can control whether you respect yourself enough to demand it. Make the statement. Enforce the boundary. Walk away if necessary. That's what the Stoics would do. That's what high-value men do. And it's exactly what you're going to do. If this video helped you, subscribe, because next I'm revealing the 3 tests women give every man and how to pass them all using Stoic principles. See you in the next one.